Hey there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins with JD Cutlery putting together a quick video on the new Reate Exo-K. It is the Karambit flipping version that was designed by the same maker, Jerry, as the Exo gravity knife and the Exo-M. I got to spend a good weekend with Jerry over at the Texas Blade Show, was able to really get his thoughts on how this knife is supposed to be operated. There are some things about this knife that I want to point out. It's definitely a very fun knife to flip open, but you do need to be careful when closing it. So his exact words as we were showing it to people and going through demonstrations and that kind of thing is open it fast, close it slow. And I'm going to show you exactly why. So I do have one of the special trainer versions that they made up just for the show. Just to give you the quick specs before we go into the actual operation. Overall length on this is 6.75 inches. The blade length is 3 inches. Handle length is 4.5 inches. And the weight on it is 4.5 ounces. This one here is, of course, the one with the actual blade. This one is a prototype. So it is one of the initials that have been made. The blade steel is going to be N690, and that is the exoskeleton symbol. It's that scorpion tail. You do have aluminum scales. I was told that the pocket clip is titanium and the back lock is titanium. I believe all of the hardware is going to be steel. I'm going to have to get a magnet to test that out. So when it comes to working on these, I might do a little bit of pocket clip work and maybe some backspacer work. They will be available in the black DLC as well as the stonewash finish. As these come out to people, you will get the actual knife, and then you will get a less expensive trainer version. Now this trainer, of course, is full tilt, same exact handle, materials and everything. The trainer that you get it will be a scaled down, just not as expensive, plastic components, that kind of thing. And learning how to use this is very important. So you've got a button that releases the blade, allows the blade to tuck up and then in, and then you've got that button lock position. So your standard Karambit, of course, is going to open straight out, clicking the blade out here. This one is designed very differently. It's going to flip out and then lock in. So when you get it in the hand, you put it on your finger, you're going to flip it up so you can see that button and get that button with your thumb. Flip it out, the blade is extended out, flip it back, and then you bring your hand around and it locks into position, all locked in because of that button. When you go to close it, that's where you got to be careful. So once you've got it in the back position, you're going to put your thumb on that back spine, the colored spine, let the blade fall in, so the blade is tucked in. You're going to keep your thumb on that spine, and you're going to keep the knife flat. So you want to keep the knife flat and slowly bring it back in with your thumb. What you don't want to do is get that blade in like that and then try and use gravity. Because what happens if you hold that up and you use gravity, where does that blade go? It goes right into your hand. So it's going to be very important that you're careful. Flip it open, boom and around. Back, grab it with your thumb, let the blade fall, go flat, and then ease it in. Fast open, slow and easy close. fast open, slow and easy close. By not going up like this, it'll keep that blade tucked into position. It tucks in, and as it comes in, it just nicely tucks right in and locks. When you go in that upward position, as it comes down, if you try to let gravity, that blade can open up and potentially get your fingers. So that's the only thing you got to get used to, is when you come to close it, nice and slow in. Fast open, nice and slow in. So it is a very fun knife. As you play with it, you'll find some other different ways to open it. There's not many different ways to open it. What did I come up with the other day? I was playing with it on my pinky, and so if you grabbed it on your pinky, you can button it out and then pull it in and grab it like this. Not as effective, not as fun. Definitely the way to do this, if you're going to do it and have a lot of fun with it, is holding it in your hand, flipping it out so you got that button available. So you're going to leave it, grab it firm, put the button, you got to hold it. You're using your thumb and your pointer finger to hold it in between your hand so you can bring it back around. If you don't hold it properly with your finger, it'll fly out. It'll do this kind of thing. So you got to remember, hold your thumb on it and bring it back in. So hold your thumb out, flip it back quick, and boom, it's right there locked in your hand. So very cool design. I haven't broken this one in quite as much. So it comes out and back in nice and fast. This one, the blade needs to, I need to loosen, actually I need to just play with this one more so that blade falls in a little bit easier. But again, out fast. Let the blade fall in. Once you loosen that pivot or you use it more, you don't necessarily have to loosen the pivot. Just the more you play with it, the quicker, the smoother it's going to fall back in. But once it's tucked in, just use that thumb, bring it back. So out and around, out. Oop. Let that blade fall in, bring it back to flat, tuck it back in. So going to be very important that you use the trainer, get used to the operation of the knife, get used to closing it properly. The more you close it properly, the muscle memory you're going to build up, and it's just going to become second nature. It's just boom, boom. See, I can get it in quicker. I've really been practicing as far as playing with it. I don't even have to bring it up. Once you wear it, once it's been done quite a bit, that blade's going to move around quite a bit. As long as you got your thumb on that back spine, you can kind of tweak it in, keep it flat, bring it in. Boom, you're good to go. So this one is a very neat new take on the Karambit knife. I am very happy with the operation of the knife. The one thing is bringing it out lightning fast, super fun. Putting that black blade back in the handle, be careful. This one is going to bite you if you don't put it back correctly. For that reason, I will have a number of disclaimers on the website. I will probably only be selling these to people that are 18 years or older. And one of the ways that I'm going to deal with that is all of the shipping will go out with an adult signature required when it's delivered. So if you are under 18, you need to get your parents okay, they're going to need to sign for this package. I will not knowingly sell this to anyone under the age of 18 just because there is the potential of getting yourself as you close. So be careful. Use that trainer that's going to be provided with the knives when they actually come out. Get comfortable with it. And remember Jerry's exact words: fast out, easy slow in. Fast out, easy slow in. You follow those rules and boom, out fast. Bring her back in nice and slow. You're not going to have any problem. Pocket clip is reversible, I believe, and I haven't taken one apart yet. I will be soon to do some work on the back spacer, but I believe that you should be able to flip that button around as well. I take that back. Well, is it the same diameter? Well, yeah, it might very well be the same exact diameter for that button. So I will get back to you guys and let you know if the button is reversible. It very possibly is. I will do another video letting you know for sure if that's reversible and if that's a true lefty design or not. But again, very cool, very fun design. Definitely super cool to bring that thing out fast. Boom, it locks in nicely, nice and secure, good shape. This one's got a little bit more, I mean, it is just a trainer, so the tolerances aren't quite as high as the other. You've got a little bit of movement just in the overall, I mean, it's pretty solid. Back and forth, there's a tiny bit of slop, and there's a tiny bit there, but it is locked in with that button lock. So if you're in, out, back in, as you're using this knife, I mean, you're holding it tight. You're holding it, the button is in a place that me holding it as tight, squeezing it as tight as possible, isn't engaging that button. So I don't think there's any risk there. As you hold it, you definitely can't push that button in. Even with this part of my finger, it's close, but it's not in the right position to actually push that button in. So I do think you're safe when you're using it. Just be aware, just like any knife, that if you don't handle it properly, it will potentially bite you. And my guess is the butterfly crowd is gonna kind of like this deal. And of course they're used to catching themselves here and there on the ballet songs, so that's just kind of an everyday thing for those guys as they get used to it. But very neat design, very fun. Just make sure that you get the basic operation of the clothes down and you will have a lot of fun. This thing is a fidget like crazy. I definitely have sat at my desk just flipping it around as I was doing my work, that kind of thing. It does become second nature very fast. These will be available hopefully by the end of April. We don't have an exact on it. Definitely haven't been told by Reate that we need to make our pre-orders or anything yet. So we're minimum 3 weeks out, probably a little bit more than that. I know they were shooting for the end of April, but you can't tell with how their manufacturing is going, that kind of thing, exactly where they're at in the process. So as soon as these do come out, I will definitely be posting on Instagram. I will also be doing email notices via the website, so definitely sign up on the website to get my notices. Anytime I've got a big drop, I'll go ahead and put a notice out and let you know at least 24 hours in advance. I try to do it further than that, but I at least get some kind of advance notice out there so you guys get the opportunity to jump on them while you can. These will be a limited production. I don't know how many they're making the first run, but I will get as many in as I can, and we will get them up for sale. Thank you for tuning in, and check us out on the next one.